I'm behind. Uh-oh. And coming to you live from the Stutzman Sports Complex, right next to the Kenny Weiss Band Camp for, well, we already know. It's Sports Allegedly.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for this late night episode of Sports
We're trying to go quick.
Allegedly. Less than an hour tonight. We're going to go November 26th, 2025, the night before Thanksgiving.
Real quick, congratulations to everybody in their fantasy football leagues that have participated. And congratulations to all those that have already gotten a playoff spot. And we're looking forward to seeing where the bottom is going to land at this. I've also been asked to throw a game, but not offered anything.
He's such a liar. But anyway.
No, you did. You said throw it. You never offered me anything.
All right, we've got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to open up with, obviously, college football. Big games last week. Talk college playoff, obviously, preview a little OU. OSU has a coach.
OU in their eighth ugly win.
I've got a Cowboys hat on tonight
I don't know how that
because I've got big discussions to talk about the Cowboys. We'll preview tomorrow's games
he's
on
drunk.
Thanksgiving, and I'm not even close. And
oh, by the way, Snoop is definitely here again. Thank you.
Snoop on a Stoop has joined us back for this Christmas holiday season. So let's get right into it.
We've even got a sweater for him, but we never take him out of the package.
And obviously, let's get to the OU game last week. I mean, just like you said,
zero run game for both teams, though. That was the beautiful part of the game. Zero run game. I know that a lot of people were bitching about what happened to Missouri's vaunted run game. Vaunted?
Whatever.
But,
Pretty good run game.
Pretty good.
Well, I mean, Hardy was ranked, I think, first or second best wide receiver. Him and Lacey are right up there at the top. People talk like he's going to be a draft pick because I think, what is his age, Sean? What is he? Is he
Hardy?
Yeah, is he a junior? Oh, I can't remember, but hell, he's a sophomore. So he's coming back unless we'll talk coaching changes. Is Eli Drink in the mix?
Did I send you the article for that for Drinkowitz if we do have a coaching conversation that nobody wants Drinkowitz?
Yeah, I saw that.
Like every fan base goes, "Oh, this guy? No."
Well, now.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that a lot of the fan bases just turn and go, really? No. Why can't we go for somebody better?
Yeah, he was a true freshman at Louisiana Monroe, transferred to Missouri in December. Sorry, I was thinking. But anyway, no, had 300 yards last week against Mississippi State, held them to 57, of average of 3.4. Oklahoma's defense continues to impress. It's the best defense I've seen.
And that is missing
in 25 years.
Oh, that's missing. What's his nuts?
Well, yeah, our Mason Thomas still out. Looks like it was reviewing today's injury report. It's early. It's the first one. Our Mason Thomas I think it was doubtful for him. So we're keeping the normals off. And he's probably, I would assume they're going to keep him out of this game and rest him for the potential playoffs if we win. And another ho-hum, unfortunately, a ho-hum performance again by the offense, 14
I mean,
30.
Mateer did have 2 touchdowns.
He did, and I think, and they were long. One of them was 87 yards, so that was a huge. It brings up that average.
Satanga got loose.
Yes, and but I think the thing about that offense that has been the most critical of this winning streak, the Tennessee, the Alabama, the Missouri, is that zero turnover. They're not making mistakes. The defense is playing lights out. Which is good because they're playing.
Mateer was playing very awkwardly, is the best way to put it.
Well, I mean, I think you look
in the losses to Texas and to Ole Miss, he played very awkwardly.
Yeah, I mean, and I thought the turnover by Satanga, obviously on the punt return, was huge. We're down by 5. He gets a good run, tries to get extra yards. Who knows what that could have been? I'm not saying Oklahoma would have won, but it was devastating turnover. Missouri gets a 3-point field goal there. Defense stops him, makes it 8 points. So now you got to drive.
Then you shut them out for the second half because you make all the proper.
Now you go down.
But OU themselves, 2 touchdowns in the second and then a field goal in the third, and that's it. That's all you get.
Yeah,
which is strange.
Yeah. No, it's very hard to watch because you just get this feeling, and that's the thing. I just want to talk a little bit about OU real quick. I think Venables' coaching staff, mistakes we had seen early in his coaching career, those things have been fixed. Time management's been a lot better this year.
Right.
There's been some stupid shit. Halftime at Texas, is that right? Or Mississippi. I can't remember. One of the games he did some quirky stuff at the end and let the clock run or didn't call a timeout. Or so. Anyway, I can't remember exactly which game that was. But those things have improved. And you're waiting as a fan for what we've seen the past 10 years of when's that defense going to screw the fuck up. You know what I mean? Just we're waiting.
Yes.
Those big plays.
We are waiting.
And you're going like, oh, my gosh, now we're down. You saw a little bit of it in Texas, but they did have the punt return. But special teams and defense, I mean, Tate Sandell, probably the MVP of the team, in my opinion. Besides that, or
currently,
and he's actually up for the Groves Award. That he was one of the nominees. I did see that.
Is it because of those sexy thighs?
But
those high pants and the sexy thighs.
And he's missed one field goal. There is a guy on there that's competing against him that was all for it. But I would love to see the over 50-yarders from that other guy. How many he's had versus what Tate. But anyway, one of the MVPs of the team, obviously. But the defense continues to impress. I mean, we knew they were going to be better. We saw flashes of it
but
last
I don't think
year.
we knew they were going to be this much better.
No, because I think the front seven is just – I mean, and it is. You watch SEC football, what do they want to do? They want to stop the run. That's primary. And then make the quarterbacks win the game. We've stopped the run.
And we did that against the great and exalted Ty Simpson.
And if you look at defensive opponents that we've played,
you got to remember Pribula. Now, was it a mistake for Missouri to start Pribula?
Maybe. I don't know, but the other option would have been a true freshman. I think you bring the guy back in that says he's healthy, then you let him do it. I mean, that one.
Because we did that with Mateer. We brought him back and
yeah, I know.
Blew a game.
Yeah.
And
I don't even know
for the next 3
And
games.
I don't know if it's even Mateer's fault. You watch it, but I don't know.
Yeah, there was some of that was his fault. He made some bad decisions.
But I mean, I don't know if it was the injury-wise, is what I'm saying. I don't think it had a lot to do with that, and I sure don't think it does now.
A lot of people have said that his hand his throwing motion is awkward.
Well, he still does a lot of that underhand sidearm stuff. I say underhand, that sidearm stuff. So, all right. Obviously, it was a must-win. Now we go to the
We
next.
have another must-win.
Now we go up to.
I mean, it's all must-win.
So, looking at the schedule, we were talking about that before we got on air. Is Sean had him 8-4, Adam 9-3. I do not want to be right about my prediction. I love being right. You know that if you listen to this, but I do not want to be right about this. Win the game, finish 10-2. Don't have to play in the SEC championship. That's a bonus. You get the time off.
But our other 2 losses are in conference, so
yeah. So you're out. You're out of the conference championship, and there you go. I mean,
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go.
No, I mean it's just win and in.
Win
and in. You're ranked 8. We'll talk about the playoff rankings here in a little bit. Not much changed, and we'll get to their part of our. We're doing
a bunch of boring games.
We're doing pick. No, there's not. It was
last week.
Oh, last week. Yes, last week was not. No,
last week, and then you get into the whole point of Oregon beating USC, and they make it seem like it's some kind of reward, just like beating Notre Dame. It's a great reward.
Who are you talking about?
With anybody that beats Notre Dame or anybody that beats USC. It's a massive reward because they jumped Oregon above Ole Miss, which they probably should have been in the first place.
See, I don't think so.
But Notre Dame's still
I don't think so. I think Oregon's played what? Is this their second rank win?
Yes.
Or is it their first?
No, I think it's second. Indiana was
They lost. They lost to Indiana.
And this is their second because they beat Penn State when they were ranked.
I guess.
They did. Don't look at me like that. They beat Penn State when they were ranked. That was the downfall. That was what started the downfall of Penn State.
Yeah, they beat them in overtime, and
it didn't matter. That's what started the downfall. They have a losing
record. Iowa might have been ranked 2, and they beat them by 2. I think we've touched on this a little bit. Oregon has really played a pretty soft schedule. You don't have Ohio State. You don't have Michigan this year.
Well, I mean,
now, you did play Indiana.
16 teams in there, so yeah, it is.
You're going to rotate. You're going to rotate and have those.
You're going to get rotated,
and you're going to have these easy schedules, kind of like what the Big 12 used to do when you had the North and the South.
Right.
You'd have those years. You're like,
we went from playing Nebraska every season to never playing them.
Or it would be the North teams would get on those cycles. You didn't have Texas or Oklahoma.
Right.
And it's like, what? Why wouldn't you split that up? You know they're going to be at the top. You know,
but I mean, Notre Dame's nothing but a cupcake schedule. I don't think that they're worthy of their spot. But they beat Syracuse 70-7.
We'll talk about playoffs because
they beat Pitt very well, and then Pitt goes in and beats your boy Key and
talk about
Hayes
Georgia?
King. Yeah.
Oh no,
Georgia Tech.
yeah, Georgia Tech. Yeah.
And they go in there and they fucking put a whooping on them, and it's like, where was this team against Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Why is this team so spastic?
Who are you talking about? Pitt?
Pitt.
Yeah. They have always been, though. Narduzzi has been there. They'll win big games, and they'll turn around and lose to UConn. No offense, UConn, but you're looking for a new coach. There was a coaching move this week. What I thought was an excellent move by Colorado State, hiring Jim Mora Jr.
Oh, yeah. I saw Mora Jr.
Thought that was a hell of a hire. I mean, a hell of a hire.
Well, he's a West Coast guy. I know, but you got to remember, UConn was horrible.
Yes.
And then he finally, this season, you saw it last season, and then this season you really saw UConn doing better.
So, obviously, let's preview a little bit. We did a pick six, just college this week because there's so many great games. We'll pick and then we're going to pick the NFL games when we get to the NFL. We're just picking tomorrow's games. But OU, let's preview a little bit about the LSU game. What you think? I think there's so many injuries looking like for LSU right now. Obviously, you're under.
I don't know what team you're going to get in LSU.
I don't either because they've got the talent. I mean, you're going to see some big fellas on that field.
You also think about it. LSU is setting 3-4 in the conference, 7-4 overall.
Sure.
Fire their coach because, of course, they got. I don't know. I can't remember the word. They got spoiled by having Nick Saban, Les Miles, and Ed Orgeron, who all three won titles. And now it is, if you don't win, you're gone at LSU. That's the whole thing. And I thought that Brian Kelly was a bad placement for that in the first place.
Very just weird. It wasn't, I mean, I see where you're coming with bad. I just thought it was just weird. He hadn't really done
anything at Notre Dame to justify him taking the LSU job.
Well, there's nothing he really brought.
And now,
like you talked about, Sean,
when did they fire Kelly?
Oh, they fired him after.
How many weeks have we had?
I was looking. I think they
4 weeks of film is what we're going to have. 3.
I think they fired him after LSU, or was it after Vanderbilt? Can't remember.
After LSU. I mean, he coached at LSU.
I'm sorry, when they played Vanderbilt, that's what I meant to say.
So,
I have some Brian Kelly news.
I know that we're looking at. Are you talking about his?
Yeah, he's talking about
Kenny's throwing me off. Are you talking about his lawsuit?
They sent him a letter today. Got the letter today.
He can't get a job.
No, he's free. $54 million.
Now he's free. Okay.
$54 million. They're paying him. He was fired for.
Right.
I was not fired for cause.
It
just announced today. You didn't read it the other day. He was suing him.
No, I read it yesterday.
Yeah, he was suing
I read
him.
it yesterday because he was like, I can't get a job because I'm still technically employed at LSU.
So today, letter to them announced he's fired him.
They drug their feet
without
for
cause.
What? 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Well, they were just hoping he'd go away.
Well, I got that, but but he said that he couldn't get a job
because fired after A&M loss.
A&M.
Yes.
Okay, so the A&M loss. Yes. And when was that?
That would have been. Sorry.
Just hit back.
Yes, right here. A&M would have been 25th of October.
So that's 4 weeks that we have on film of whoever's coaching now.
3. Alabama, LSU, because they did have a bye. No, they didn't have a bye. Yes, they did have a bye. They had a bye after they fired him.
Correct. So we've got 3 weeks of film. OU has 3 weeks of film of this new offense.
Lost to Alabama.
What they've changed.
Lost to Alabama by 11. Only beat Arkansas by 1. Only beat Western Kentucky by 3.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not looking at this game as an easy cakewalk for Oklahoma.
But I mean,
I want it to be. I hope it is.
5-point loss to Ole Miss. 10-point win over South Carolina. 7-point win over loss to Vanderbilt.
It doesn't matter. LSU has had our number for how long?
They're coming, and they can play spoiler, and they're still going to a bowl game.
Right. So I'm not looking past this game.
And who's going to be their coach? We'll talk about that in a minute.
Don't know. At this point, don't care.
Oh, I definitely
not looking,
care. That's
but
a
I'm
huge,
not.
That's top 3 job in college
At this
football.
point, I don't care right now. I just want OU to get past them. Then I'll care. Then I'll start thinking, oh, who's going to coach them?
Well, obviously OU's favorite. It's almost 11 points. I saw 10.5 at one point. I don't know if that was today.
10.5 is the current.
Okay.
Opening and current.
Okay. So it hasn't moved much.
36. So they are looking for a low-scoring affair.
Oh, definitely low scoring. You went over.
Oh, not that much.
47 points. I went 30 points on my scores. We'll talk about that. No, under.
30 points over.
30 total.
30 points over.
All right, let's move on. We'll pick them in a little bit. Let's talk about last week's games that made anybody a difference. Like we said, there wasn't a whole lot. I thought the Oregon beating Oregon beating USC was a good win. It essentially knocked one of them out of the playoffs. USC wins, they're still in. Looks like Oregon continues.
Oregon would have fallen, but they wouldn't have been knocked out of the playoff. But it would.
I think they would have been out of the playoffs. Out.
Well, I mean, they lost to one of the top 2 teams in the nation.
Yeah, I think they'd have been out. But you look, they moved them up 1 to make it to 6, but you don't play in the. That's the problem. Is these
again, like I said, reward for
these teams are getting. We'll talk about that in the playoff because I've got so much to talk about with that. But anyway, other big games. Florida State is so snake bitten. They're going to
beat Army.
Yeah, and Tulsa won. Congratulations,
beat Army
4-7. They got to be. Who's their last game, Sean? Click on them because we had them 5-7, and they're 4-7 right now. But I think they play Alabama, UAB. Which what's their record? They're not the greatest, so we've got a shot.
UAB is 3-8, 1-6, and
they finally
fired Trent Dilfer.
Oh, fired him earlier, yeah. Yeah, Mortenson's coaching there, remember? So, they had 2 players stabbed this week, though, right before the game, remember?
Yes.
So that could actually benefit them.
By another player.
Yes, that could, with the emotional stuff, could benefit them or drop them down either way. But anyway, it was kind of.
Speaking of emotional wins, South Carolina taking it to the Chanticleers, 51-7.
I think it was SEC week to play cream puffs, so it really was a pretty boring.
Yeah, it was. I know that this Kansas State Utah game was pretty fun because
that was a fun game to watch.
Utah was down, and that's why Utah did not move up in the standings with a win over Kansas State because they were down for so long. And
Utah is not going to make the Big 12 championship, it doesn't look like.
No.
Would you pull up never mind. When you're on there, pull up the possible ACC championship, and I'll pull up the Big 12. Because we'll talk about that here in a minute when it comes to the playoff implications. But when you talk about the Big 12 standings, you've still got – just a second.
Yes, ladies.
It looks like Tech and BYU both have pretty much cream puff endings, and both are 7-1. Utah being 12.
That's SMU and Virginia.
Yes, if Virginia can beat Virginia Tech, that's key.
Why do they act like Franklin's already coaching there?
Why don't you move them to next week? I really don't want to talk about anything else because we could talk about what Miami done.
Well, we already talked about Pitt.
Yeah.
Florida, Tennessee was a no.
Wisconsin was a nice upset too. Good for Wisconsin, bringing their coach back again, and
what's his nuts? Norvell's getting brought back for another season. Tulane's still keeping their hopes alive.
I'm sure they're excited
at being the
darling
at large.
Looks like they're going to play Oklahoma State's new coach,
North Texas.
Yes. Who plays Navy this week? It is.
Oh, it's. I just saw it. It was Memphis. No,
it's one of them big. It's a game decider.
God, who
of
was
that
it?
because
I literally just saw it.
Now they play Memphis.
When I'm scrolling through. Yeah, I got nothing here for.
No, just go to next week's schedule.
Next week's schedule.
But let's talk about potential when we get to next week's. Let's talk about potential. Let's go through the conferences real quick. Let's go. You got ACC. Let's talk about ACC real quick. You bring it up, the ACC potential championship.
It just says right here. It shows this.
Okay. And then what's the standings? So I've got ACC is Virginia, Pittsburgh, SMU is the one and done. There's the one-loss teams. So SEC, Sean, if you bring up the ACC schedule this week, can you break that down into that?
Yes, I can get everything broken down.
Because I think Pitt, who's got a one-loss, plays.
Just have to wait on shit to load.
You got Pitt that plays one of the top teams as well. And I'll pull up
NCAA.
Whoops. Big 12 Championship's pretty much set, I think.
Right, and we're looking at BYU, Texas Tech for that. So currently, North Texas, Green Wave are in the top for the ACC. Oh, no, I'm looking at the American Conference.
That's fine. You can leave it right there. We can go to them if you want.
Yeah. So we got 3 teams that are 6-1 in that division. Every team's next win is a must win. North Texas,
yeah, but
there's and Navy.
There's 2.
Well, when you look at it,
but there's 3 teams with 1. So who plays who? Is there? What's the tiebreaker there? Is what I'm looking for to talk about that, because you have North Texas, which congratulations to Coach Morris. He's the new head coach at Oklahoma State. Good hire, I think, for Oklahoma. He's a guy that's worked with Ben Arbuckle, worked with Cam Ward when they were Incarnate Word. He was the head coach there. Now he moved to the head coach of. So you know, where are you at? AAC.
Yeah, but you just told me to go to ACC because
I want the playoff scenarios for the AC.
Yeah, I don't have the.
Yeah, that one's easy. I mean,
okay. Do you want the playoff scenarios for the AAC or the ACC?
AAC first. AAC first. Yes. ACC looks pretty easy. But we could talk about those too when we get to the AAC. Because you've got you got 3 teams at 6-1, and So Tulane is going to be the highest ranked. They're going to win Charlotte, and so they'll probably be the 1 seed. And then North Texas wins at Temple, and Tulane they'll be the 2 seed. So that's the scenario.
Why is this telling me that in the 2025 it's...
Yes, you're right.
Army, Black Knights, and Tulane?
Way wrong on that.
That can't be.
I've got it, Sean.
I'm just saying, I don't understand.
Navy is the one looking out. So Navy
Correct.
wins against Memphis and needs a loss.
So a loss for Memphis or a loss for...
But
either one of the top.
But they could if Tulane loses, it's determined by for the performance asterisks. Yeah, that's going to be a mess. So that's actually going to go into points and common opponents and that type of stuff. If all 3 lose, I don't think that's going to happen. So because North Texas plays Temple, and then you've got Tulane, they're playing Charlotte. So both teams are going to win. So that's going to be your championship. Sorry that took so long to spit that out. It looks like Tulane, North Texas, currently Tulane and CPF rankings sets at 24. And North Texas, I don't know if they made it. I had that pulled up. Let's see. I've got 24's Tulane, and no, that is it for the AAC. So they're the highest, 9-2. Summerall, obviously, being talked about for multiple jobs. Surprised nothing has come up this week more about him. Maybe they're waiting on the holidays because there seems to be, when we talk about coaching here in a minute, the Lane Kiffin wait. Then you've got Summerall. Where does he fall because of the SEC stuff and some other possibilities? And Kalen DeBoer from Alabama's even, some articles have been out there talking about him from Penn State. So very interesting. So there's your AAC. Looks to be more than likely going to be Tulane versus North Texas. 2 coaches probably on the move, which is going to be interesting. Okay, let's move over to the ACC possible championships. Right now, looks like SMU and Virginia, they're going to be the favorite. Virginia plays Virginia Tech. Obviously, that's going to be a rivalry game because it's rivalry week, and if they win, they're in. SMU wins, and I forgot who SMU plays, if you could pull that up. And so Pittsburgh clinches a spot with the championship with a win plus a UVA loss or a win versus an SMU loss. So that's what Pittsburgh is hoping for there. Now, to get
SMU plays Cal at the end. They did that last year too.
Okay. Wilcox
They're kind of making like a weird rivalry.
Wilcox fired. Surprised me a little
Wilcox
bit.
4.
California got fired. They fired their head coach. That was a
After, yeah, they had a better
after 6
season.
and 5. I know.
Jesus Christ! Why would you fire the man after
Hey,
having a better season?
give credit when you do our pods. You need to give credit to Rick Neuheisel, because I love his show on Sirius Radio, and he is a little bit right. He said, I was out there in that area. I don't know if he coached Cal. I know he was UCLA, but he said they're just getting a bump. He said, that's all it is a bump. You get a new coach, you get some new money, it's a bump. He's been there 9 years. He's been about 6 wins every year. He said they're just going to hire somebody to get a bump. They really don't care about football. Thought that was a very telling story. And it made sense, and he's got some experience.
It really does make sense.
So kudos to Rick. And he said, I can't remember what day it was, but he said he's had more years than most would have gotten. And I was like, well, that's fair enough as well. The scenarios for the ACC are crazy when you get down to Miami. I mean, the list, win and a Virginia loss and a Duke loss. I mean, so there's some very, very possibilities.
The current outlook is SMU and Virginia, of course. Other contenders, Pitt, who's still in contention but needs specific outcomes in other games to secure the spot.
And
Miami
kind of gives me a headache.
Georgia Tech is the long shot on the outside, and Duke of all people could still jump in there. So it says the final participants will be determined by a combination of results from the final week of games and the tiebreaker rules that will be applied if necessary. These scenarios will likely involve close calls and could be decided by a variety of factors, meaning they're going to start taking in strength of schedule, they're going to take in common opponent, they're going to be doing all that if it comes down to it.
Okay, well, let's move on. If you'll pull up the Big 12 schedule, I'll talk about the scenarios for them. Obviously, Tech, top, they're in the top, were they 5th or 6th in the playoff? 5?
They're number 5.
I need to erase that. There we go. Yeah, Tech's number 5, 10-1, 7-0 in conference. And then you've got the woeful BYU's Cougars. Oh, my God, fans. Jiminy Christmas.
Tech is going into West Virginia, which should not be anything for them unless they decide to set their starters.
And BYU is whining about, it's just, listen, my little mini rant. Texas, Notre Dame, BYU fans, shut the hell up.
That seems rude.
BYU, if you beat Tech in the championship, you got to beat this game. You beat UCF, obviously not the easiest, but it's going to happen.
But it's at home.
Beat Tech.
It is in the Mormon country.
You beat Tech, you're in the playoffs. Okay, cool. You're in the playoffs with 1 loss. You got trounced by Tech. The time.
But does that drop Tech out if they lose to BYU in the championship?
Yes, they're out.
Well, you still want Notre Dame in. Why do you want Notre Dame?
Well, I know
Notre Dame doesn't play anybody.
I know. Okay, so let's go to Notre Dame. Notre Dame fans, you're lucky to be in there. Quit whining about not being higher. Yeah, you've had a soft schedule. See, my concern, well,
it's all cupcake for them.
And then you've got Texas. Oh, it's not about, they're saying, we can't schedule big teams anymore. Do you know it's not the Ohio State loss that's the problem? It's the Florida loss that's the problem.
Right.
And they've got 3. They've got 3 losses.
Hold on. Tell me what teams that they cannot schedule. Because you could look at the SEC and say, hey, we want a harder schedule. We want these teams.
They're not being punished for that loss.
I'm aware of that.
They're punishing them for 3 losses. They're 16th. They're the highest ranked 3-loss team.
I get it.
Okay.
I completely
So you're not
understand.
getting punished for Ohio State, so stop whining about scheduling tough games. You're probably actually getting a bump because you and USC are right there, and USC hasn't played anybody
at all.
Except Notre Dame, and they lost.
Well, you're right. But you also remember they lost Illinois?
Yes.
And they lost to Oregon just now.
Yes.
And that was there. I think the Illinois hurt them worse than the Oregon.
Oh yeah, because they couldn't stop them. The defense just was like shit.
So,
but then you've got Virginia below them, who's going to go to their ACC championship. I'm not saying that that they deserve to be better than Texas. I'm not saying that at all.
No, I'm not saying that about.
And then you've got Tennessee,
either.
Arizona State, SMU, Pittsburgh, all 3 losses. So Texas fans, shut up. Quit whining about Ohio State. It's a Florida loss.
The reason why they bitch is because all that money they put into that team.
Well, they're going to have 4 losses anyway.
Are you telling me it's the team?
That's what I was
or are
gonna
you
say.
telling me it's the coach?
And even if you beat A&M's still in, and you're still looking out.
Right. Oh, but they want that jump. They want that Notre Dame jump for beating A&M.
Well, here's my concern. Let's talk about. Let's get to our picks, then we'll talk about the playoff.
Well, I mean, let's just look because this is the most interesting that we have outside.
Yeah, we can talk about the games.
outside of Ohio State, Michigan. I'm going to throw that game in there. This is the most exciting games that we are going to have for the weekend.
You think Ohio State and Michigan's the most exciting game?
I said one of those. It's involved with exciting.
It's a snoozer.
Well, because remember, Michigan beat them last year out of nowhere.
Totally different team.
I know, but still, you have that rivalry. It's a rivalry, deep-seated rivalry.
This game ain't going to be that.
Ole Miss, Mississippi's only a 7.5-point spread.
Correct. That's one of our pick sixes.
And what do you think?
Go ahead and talk about them.
And
we'll get into that.
What do you think that is? It's in Mississippi State.
Correct.
Lane Kiffin is
negotiating at this hour.
Maybe they're or not there. We don't know. There's so many stories that even we've gotten the Lane train fatigue.
But you know what? I loved it, and I'm bored with it.
Chambliss is a very good quarterback. And I don't know. Is he gone after this? I think we looked.
No, he's too young.
Right.
I think Kyron Lacey can.
Jeff Lebby has a very, very weird Mississippi State team. Is he getting them just involved and ready to play Ole Miss? You made me say it weird. I heard what you said, and you made me say it weird.
Keep on, Lacey. Sorry. God.
So, I understand why it's at a 7 point.
I think
7.5
He's
point.
too young too.
Who?
Come on, Lacey. Yeah, he was. I knew he was at Missouri last year, so he's only a sophomore too.
Yeah. So, Mississippi State does have a very, very good chance of upsetting Ole Miss, and we had to talk about that. If Ole Miss gets upset, do they get knocked out? Did they get knocked down? Would they put us above Ole Miss? Because it was a close loss, would we end up jumping them because of it being such a close loss? If they lose to Mississippi State, a 5-6, Mississippi State looking for their first bowl appearance since Mike Leach era?
I think it would, because I think, because you could argue it could bump us out. What if they were like the snow spreader,
wouldn't bump us out.
And it just kind of pushes you down?
That wouldn't bump us out.
I don't think so either, but it'd be kind of weird because you got both same conference amount of losses. The thing for Oklahoma that saves them is Texas.
What I'm looking at.
Texas has got 4 losses. Mississippi State would have 6. And then our other loss would be them.
Right, but
that's
only
got
what I'm
2
saying.
losses.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Would OU jump them because Ole Miss beat OU by a very close margin?
That's a pretty interesting take, though. I mean,
if Mississippi State beats them, does that knock Ole Miss below us?
I think the Ole Miss win was at home.
Does that knock them below?
Weren't we at home for them,
We
too?
were at home.
Yeah.
But does
you sure that doesn't push us down?
No.
You sure?
No. If Ole Miss getting 2 losses, it either doesn't move them or because they're the top 1-loss team.
But they wouldn't be because they'd be the top 2-loss team now.
Right. They would end up being the top 2 loss. That's what I'm saying. Would they flip-flop us for that loss?
No. You know what I think they would do is I think we would slide down, but we'd still be in the playoff.
How would we slide down?
Well, I think you've got to think about.
You're not moving Notre Dame, Alabama.
I don't think Illinois
above us.
I don't think you put
Illinois. Where the hell did that come from?
I don't know. They're generally not.
I don't think Illinois is going to make it this year.
But I don't either.
Good take, Kenny. It's
you.
Late in the year. Very good take.
No, what I'm saying is if Ole Miss loses, do you slide them below OU? It'd be pretty tough.
That's the question that I'm asking.
I think
those two flip-flopping.
No, I don't. I think Mississippi still stays ahead of us.
Okay.
Because it's a head-to-head.
But
what it does, it means it kicks Notre Dame out. They're done. That's what I'm saying. It's sliding them.
Would you move BYU
It's
up
sliding
over
them down.
There's no sliding.
Sure there is, because you're going to have...
There's no sliding in that in that record because Ole Miss is the bottom 1-loss team. OU is the top 2-loss team. You're not pushing those guys either direction unless you flip-flop.
No, because I think Alabama beats Auburn this week, and I think they make it to the championship. They win the SEC championship, which is very possible.
So what you're saying is
Alabama
that game
is the bump. Alabama's the
throbbing.
Alabama's the bump.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are having trouble tonight.
But no, even the worst scenario is what if BYU beats Tech? What do you do with Tech? Like you said, I think they're out, but then they have 2 losses, and they lost to a team that they've already beaten.
Well, and somebody it's been brought up.
What a scenario that would be.
Well, it's been brought up. Does the championship game matter for making the playoffs or not? Or does
I think it matters for seeding.
Does it matter for seeding?
I think it's seeding.
Seeding. That's where you get into a lot of this argument.
But the scary thing about that, though, it's scary to think about, though, is
Did you see a spider?
You look at how that would affect if that team that loses has 2 losses. What about
here's all right? So here's the thing.
I think that could
How
be
many teams do you have that will not be playing in the title?
Well, Georgia's going to coast. If everything,
Oregon.
now, hey, we're holding chalk here. If everything goes to chalk, it's going to be Georgia gets a break, Oregon gets a break, Ole Miss gets a break, OU gets a break, Notre Dame gets a break, and
that would be it.
And Miami, who's sitting right there, who's beat Notre Dame, they're still on the cusp, and they're going to get a break.
Well, so you've got to say that the 11 and 12 teams are both knocked out, because you remember, whoever the top Power 5 gets that 12th spot.
Okay,
right?
Now hold on.
Now the 11 spot,
they're going to be ranked
and the 11 spot is because there's no ACC champion.
SMU
and Virginia are playing. Miami's not, but they're ranked higher.
That's correct.
So,
but
11 and 12, you can go ahead and erase because you have to put an ACC champion.
You don't have to. If you get 2 non-Power 5 schools ranked ahead of them, ACC is out.
Yeah, but there's not.
There's not. But I'm saying there's a scenario.
Right, but I'm saying
okay.
Not. But
yeah, 1 goes in.
So you're looking at BYU. I understand what BYU's bitching, but BYU and Miami are both literally erased at this point. That 11 and 12 position do not exist. You want to be 10 and higher.
Seems that way, yeah.
You really want to be 10 and higher currently. And Power 5 or bottom 5, what do you want to call them?
They're just 5.
The outside 5.
Yes.
The outsiders.
Yeah.
Coming in with their greased hair and their knives. They get one of those spots.
And if Tulane, who's sitting at 24 right now, wins this week and wins a championship, they're in.
Right.
Yeah.
So that takes number 12 spot.
Correct.
Now, for Miami, they're going to get because they're not playing in the ACC title.
It hurts them.
And they get bumped down.
It hurts them, yes.
And BYU. If BYU does not...
Oh, if BYU doesn't win, they're out anyway. That'd be 2 losses the championship. But what if they beat Tech, avenge their loss?
Hold on.
They're in.
They go. They beat Tech, avenge that loss. Alabama...
You see what they're doing, right?
Wins and beats Georgia. Notre Dame's the first one out.
They're out. That's what I was getting ready to say. Notre Dame has not moved at all.
No.
Scored 70 points.
And why Alabama...
Ran the ball.
And hold on. And why... And their last game's against Stanford. And why Alabama is not above them currently, I still do not understand.
They're just waiting to see what they do in the championship because it's easy to knock them out. Because
that Florida State Seminole... Hold on. Does that
because
Florida State Seminole loss really hurt that much?
It does. Well, that's what I was saying because it does. Because it's the worst loss besides what Ole Miss would have.
True.
But Florida State's worse.
Well, I mean, Texas lost to Florida.
Oh, we're not talking. Texas ain't making.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Oops, my bad.
Yeah. They can beat A&M by 35 points, and they ain't making it. It don't matter. They're out.
All right. So the slate of SEC games, and like I said, this is why SEC is going to be the most interesting games for this weekend.
Well, I just think that
Ole Miss at Mississippi State.
Okay, let's get to that.
Georgia at Georgia Tech.
Okay, what's your pick?
Texas A&M at Texas, and then LSU at Oklahoma. Kentucky at Louisville, Vandy at Tennessee, Missouri at Arkansas.
Most of our picks,
Florida State, Florida, and Alabama at Auburn.
Most of our pick sixes are SEC, but let's go back to the ACC, or I'm sorry, the Big Ten. It's the one we have not talked about at all, except
Correct.
Oregon. It's been generally the most
we have
chalk.
just ignored.
Well, it's been the
Indiana.
most chalk. It's been the most chalk, and they're going to play in the championship. We're going to see who's for real.
Okay, Indiana's Friday. Indiana's playing a Friday game at Purdue.
Yeah, no problem. They're going to kill
Night
them.
game. I'll probably end up watching that.
Yeah, of course we'll watch it. But what else are we doing on a Friday night? But anyway, the big game we picked on our Big Six. It's the only big game of the
I do know
Big Ten.
that there is a possibility of Washington sneaking one out against Oregon.
I don't think so. I think Oregon is poised to make that playoff.
I know, but I'm
They're
saying
the Georgia of the playoffs.
I'm saying, but there is a possibility Washington does sneak that old Pac-12 rivalry out.
All right, what do you got? Ohio State, 10.5-point favorite. Ohio State has not had the toughest schedule.
No.
Sayan has been a hell of a freshman quarterback. I can't believe he's played so well. You're talking
just
about
saying.
over 80% completion, I think, still. Or I'm sorry, yeah, it's 80, I think, isn't it? Or is it 70? I think it's 80.
No, he's very high.
It's
Let me
80.
jump
80.
in and
And,
let me jump in and look at this. Michigan's number 15. Let's not forget that. I know you beat them at the beginning of the season.
Yes. Okay. So it's at Michigan. Okay. It's gonna
You're
gonna
going
be
in-
snowy. It's gonna be real cold. They like Sean. Yeah, it's gonna have some snow flurries. Sean talked about it. Michigan beat them again last year. 27 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for Sayan. I believe his percentage rate. I don't know if
He's got a 90.3 QBR.
Go to stats over here, Sean. It's going to show right there.
68 right now.
And what's overall?
It's 68. Oh, no, that's against top 25.
Yeah, so what's your overall? It's 79.4. Dadgummit, I was close.
He's right. He's
I was
edging.
close. Almost 80.
Edging that 80.
Almost 80. So, but, they played Wisconsin, Penn State,
granted,
Purdue,
hey, hold on
UCLA,
now.
Rutgers. I mean,
they've scored. They've scored it.
They've
scored 30 points or more. 30 points or more in every game. And that's against Wisconsin, Penn State, Purdue, UCLA, and Rutgers in their last 5.
It's not the most impressive thing that it's their offense, though. It's the defense. Matt Patricia, former coach of the Lions, defensive coordinator for the Patriots, new coordinator this year when Knowles took the big job at Penn State. Kind of mistake there, wasn't it? He should have came to Oklahoma, had the opportunity. Yeah. We're thankful he didn't, and Brent's calling the plays. Obviously, it looks much better. But
but you know what? You've still got.
But anyway, it's 10.5 points. Sean,
ladies and gentlemen, Chip Kelly's out there in the wild.
Yes, Connecticut job's open. Oh, was a Delaware hen, a blue hen? So I saw that. I thought that makes sense. 10.5 point OSU. Sean's got them 48-17.
Yeah,
I have them 31-17. Not quite. I think they rest some players for the championship. I think they get up a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm saying this.
They run a very vanilla offense.
So what your 30 points are going to be, or what they're doing in the first half,
yes.
And then they're going to get a couple more after that. So
no, I think they're going to stick it to him and then put the bench in.
Well, they really want to stick it to him after the loss last season because Ryan Day is.
Well, he lost the last 2 or 3 to them. Harbaugh kind of owned him, and then the new guy got him last year.
That's what I'm saying.
So, yeah,
Sharon Moore. It was. So I'm saying, isn't he like 1-5?
All right, let's get back to SEC because we were SEC heavy in the rest of our picks.
SEC heavy.
All right, let's move on to the Egg Bowl. Obviously, it's 11 a.m. ABC on a Friday. I'm not going to get to watch the opening, but I'm going to at least have the second.
You're not going to get to watch the opening.
And hey, look at working Southern.
Oh, by the way, ladies and
Southern
gentlemen,
University. Look at that. Hires or allegedly going to hire Marshall Faulk, Colorado's running backs coach.
Southern.
I know. It's just Southern University. It looks like they're going to hire.
Isn't Southern a HBCU?
Might be. Is it down there?
Yeah, they're an HBCU.
It's not Mississippi, is it?
No, Georgia.
Okay.
Is that Georgia Southern?
That's Georgia Southern. Anyway,
Southern
back to the Egg Bowl.
Okay, yeah.
We talked a little bit about it earlier.
Yeah, I'm not giving Levy a chance in this. I know that it's 7.5 points, but and if he does pull that out,
Louisiana.
Okay, so if he does pull that out, it's going to be his career win. I mean, what?
The biggest.
What was his biggest so far?
He had a really good win this year. Did he kill South Carolina, which I thought was
who
pretty
it
good?
was. I think
it's in Baton Rouge, Southern, the Jaguars.
Yeah, you was.
Yeah, you was.
You gotta say like go down there, go down there. No, Arizona State.
Yes.
Arizona State was his big one.
That was a good one. And it only lost to, it was a respectable loss to Tennessee, and they should have beat Florida.
And remember, they had Texas down as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they do play the top teams very
well.
I
think they got is how much are these kids from Mississippi though? Is Lane drama going to bother them?
I thought you were. Yeah, that's another.
It's all and is it that big of a deal? They are getting paid now.
Nuance.
They know they can leave immediately. Does it make that a big deal anymore? Does that help? They could leave immediately. Oh, coach is leaving. Well, screw it. I can leave too.
Yeah.
We're used to you had to wait a year.
Yeah.
That's big, and it's probably the one reason. But I think that should be a rule. Your coach leaves, you get to leave.
Well, otherwise, it is. But remember, they changed it to you have to wait till the new guy comes in.
Yeah, and you get 5 days or something. Yeah.
Listen to his spiel and his Kenny Weist BS, and then you.
More than likely, they'll hire within. Pete Golding, defensive coordinator, maybe take over, something like that.
Goalish.
I think he's getting the Florida job.
I don't know.
But no, he's rumored to get Arkansas. We'll talk coaching here in a minute after this.
No, we don't have time for coaching.
Yeah, we do. It's just real quick.
No,
real
we
quick.
don't
Yeah.
have time for coaching.
All right.
So
Next game.
We gotta jump NFL.
Ole Miss. You got him 33-32. You had him close, 7.5 points.
Oh, you did have him close. Okay.
And then I had Mississippi also close, 38-31. All right, let's move on. Bama. Huge game for Bama. They're talking about Jordan Hare. It's got all these, the Voodoo Center, blah, blah, blah. Listen, they've had a couple. I understand it.
Yeah, but that was against Gus Malzahn.
Yeah, listen, possible Arkansas coach, too.
I would love it if he took that.
That's it.
Remember, he's offensive coordinator right now. Is he coaching?
Florida State, offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Yeah, remember, he left UCF, took the Florida State coaching gig. So he's got a job there if he doesn't get a head coaching coming back.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing happening.
You got 42-20.
Yeah.
I've got
20 or 10.
Oh, 10. That is a 10, isn't it?
That's a 10, sweetheart.
There's
There's nothing happening in Auburn.
I've got them 28-13. They get an extra field goal.
Auburn is Auburn's on a downswing. They do not give. If they would have given Harsin another 2 years, I swear that team would have been better.
I think if they would have given Hugh Freeze another year, I mean, that defense was looking legit. DJ Durkin there. He still might get the job. It's a mess.
Auburn's a weird school because you start rubbing people the wrong way and they don't like criticism.
They're cliquey? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they don't like criticism.
All right, move on. Next SEC game, 2.5-point spread. We got the big Texas game. A&M, Texas, huge. I think it's in. Yes, it's in
Texas.
It's in Austin. Well, of course it's in Texas.
I meant University of Texas, you dick.
2.5-point favorite. A&M's looking for the dream season, undefeated. Obviously,
there is a ghost that is haunting them.
Even if they lose,
there's a ghost haunting them.
You think it almost reared its head last week.
It did. That's why I have it so close. That's why I have it 24-20.
No, you have it.
Oh, 2017.
I skipped that game. Sorry. You have 2017. That you have it big. That's the
I was looking at the wrong one.
I skipped Tennessee.
We'll get shitting away.
24-17.
You're supposed to go by the list.
I agree. I think it's close.
Go by the list.
I think it's close. You got him within a touch. You got him within 2 touchdowns. 17. I've got him within 1. I think Austin helps. Give credit to Manning. He's played a little bit better. His competition's been down.
Sark got a tongue lashing from his uncle.
Sark rumors to the NFL still exist. There's a lot of chatter about that. These people are watching this. I don't know if he's leaving yet.
Okay, can you explain to me what the difference between Sark and Lane Kiffin is? This is just going to be the all fucking college football preview tonight. You tell me what the hell the difference between Sark and Lane Kiffin is?
I think that
I really don't see.
I think that NFL. No, there's not much.
But Sark hasn't.
But I think that
Sark hasn't gone to the NFL yet, has he?
He was an assistant there, I think.
But I mean, like, not as a head coach.
Correct.
Right.
No. And Lane was just thrown in like at, what was he, 16 when Al Davis hired him? And rumor has it, have you watched? I was joking. Did you watch that documentary on Lane, the 30 for 30 or whatever ESPN done? No. It's pretty good because Al Davis had looked at hiring Sarkisian instead of Lane. That was and it swapped.
I don't like Lane Kiffin like you do.
It's a good documentary. It's entertaining.
I ain't got that good old boy. Big Lane Kiffin. I've already told you what I'd do to his ex-wife.
Yeah. Anyway,
Drunk talk.
Yeah, Tennessee. Let's move. Oh, I had him 24-17. I think A&M wins. Perfect season.
61 degrees.
Yeah,
beautiful day in
good
Arlington.
weather. It's a night game on. I cannot wait. Arlington. All right, let's move on to
UAB Tulsa.
no. Hey, going for Tulsa.
8.5.
You guys got this.
Whoa, is that their biggest point spread?
In 10 years.
Doesn't matter. Tulsa. One
Do
more
this.
Win.
Just
One
do
more
it.
win,
Just
and
do
we're
it.
right.
And you potentially could get a bowl. I mean, I don't think 5-7 is going to get you a bowl, but
It's potential.
mathematically, it's possible.
It's possible.
Yes. All right. Let's move on to Tennessee. This is one of the more interesting games
Are they at Vandy?
for me. Yeah, find them. Yeah, they're
They're
Knoxville.
Knoxville. Okay,
It's a 2:30 game. It's going to be cold. Weather's not going to be a big issue.
49 degrees. Aguilar versus baby boy Diego.
Is the Diego thing just? Oh, it's becoming a little bit like the Lane thing. Now, granted, I think he should win the Heisman.
Who is it becoming?
I think he should win the Heisman. Him or Mendoza. And the reason I give him a little bit slighter edge than Mendoza is because I think Mendoza's got some talent around him. I don't think Vanderbilt has as much as Mendoza does at Indiana. And he is a gamer. He is one of those guys that if he's on, he brings
you
that
think
team
Pavia's got better?
talent around him. No, I think Mendoza's got better talent than Pavia's
you
team.
said that.
Oh, okay. So
said that differently.
meaning I'm giving more credit to Pavia.
I think you
is
know
what
what you're talking about.
No, I do.
drunk?
I think Indiana has got better talent than Vanderbilt.
Okay, I can see that, and I know that James Madison's coach has been coming up too. The guy that took over for Signetti.
Yeah.
His name's been popping up.
Yeah, that name's been floating around too.
Yeah. So, I think I took Tennessee. Yeah, I took Tennessee 24-20.
I took Tennessee too. 31-30, going to be close. Home
Oh,
field,
look at us with the 10
home
point.
field gets it. I think playing at Neyland Stadium means a big difference, and I think Tennessee and Josh Heupel really.
You went in there and
I think
played at
Heupel.
Neyland Stadium.
I think
and
Heupel
what
really.
happened?
I think Heupel really needs this win.
He does need the win.
And it's not because he needs it to save his job or anything, but
He
people's
needs
kind of
it-
been shitting on him this year. And I'm thinking, you lost your quarterback in the offseason.
And
I'm
then,
not
hold
saying
on. And
Aguilar's
didn't
not
they
played
play
bad.
Georgia and Alabama?
Let's pull them up. Just click on there right there and look at Tennessee's schedule.
Isn't
Because I don't
that-
think it's been the easiest. I do know
They had OU, which
I know that-
everybody kept discounting OU.
I know that Florida. No. Tennessee has had a fairly
Georgia.
easy schedule.
Yeah, they've had Georgia, Alabama, and Oklahoma.
Yes, so they lost to the.
Every ranked team they've lost to.
And they've beat the teams they should have. And
Right.
see, and they've kind of got shit on a little
They
bit.
are-
on
they are who
schedule.
we thought
Yeah.
they were.
They
Thanks,
did,
Diddy Green.
They did get shit on a little bit about their schedule because everybody else is pretty soft.
Right.
You know.
Well, except for that Florida team. We don't know who they are.
No, but they beat them, so.
Well,
All right.
Texas.
And here's the big one. OU,
I just took it as a 27-20. It's probably not even going to be
10.5 points.
big.
Norman going to be a 2:30 game. Rainy. I hate that because run game
Oh,
usually.
shit. I didn't even know it
Yeah,
was going to be
rain
raining.
usually follows.
54 degrees.
Gonna be raining.
Rain follows talent and
Gonna
beauty
be raining
and
in
champions.
Tulsa,
Rain
too.
follows champions.
But it raining in Tulsa too.
Rain follows champions,
But
ladies and gentlemen.
I think it always benefits the offense a little bit, and I think OU, as weird as this sounds, has a better offense than LSU. I just do.
That's sad.
And I know. Oklahoma's defense is really good. There's a lot of
Poor
people.
Garrett Nussmeier.
There's a lot of people
That
out.
kid came in as a Heisman hopeful.
Well, after game one, he was. But here we go.
Oh my God! You know that was Brian Kelly's first ever win as an opener,
Yeah. Yes, for
and
many
it cost
years,
him his job.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Sean's got OU 27-20.
27-20.
I've got him a little bit lower than that. I got 17-13.
I didn't know it was raining. I would have taken the lower.
It's a squeaker. It's not. I think LSU scores late to make it look that close.
Make it look good.
OU not comfortable. I'll never say comfortable if we're not up by 30. But it looks.
And that's not going to happen.
And they'll dominate
until we.
And they'll dominate. So anyway, anybody else? We didn't. The other games this week. It doesn't look
was
like
nothing. There was
we,
really-
we talked about everybody that had the championship, conference championship.
So anyway, South Carolina Clemson should have been.
I forgot about that one.
But that should have been a big game, but it's not. It's a 4-7. South
I think it's
Carolina
a big game to
versus
them though
It
too.
is
And
to
look who
them.
the favorite is. A 4-7 South
It
Carolina is
is.
favored
It
by
is.
3. You know.
Arizona, Zona State. Arizona's only up by 1.5, and they're both ranked.
How long do you wait on the Dabo thing? He wins you 2 championships. He's not been good since Brent's left. He had that 1 year soon after.
Well, hold on now.
Stout.
He just got one of his guys back, didn't he? One of the Virginia Tech. When he tried to pull him back in.
We talking about
the guy that left for Virginia Tech. Wasn't that one of his coordinators, or was that Virginia?
Oh, Virginia's too. Yeah.
But so was it Virginia Tech or Virginia?
No. Okay. So no. Are you talking about who left? Okay. So
his offensive coordinator.
Brent and Tony Elliott left at the same time.
And Elliott's at
Virginia. Yes.
Okay.
And he's turned it around. His best season this year
he's using an
coincides
XOU
with Brent's best season.
Using an XOU quarterback.
Yeah. But I mean, it's the irony of them having their best seasons.
It's going to come down to him. He can keep his job.
No, I mean, how long are you going to wait? I mean,
I'd say, what's his buyout?
Well, no, I mean, when do you?
Clemson does not have that money.
When do you start? I mean, because
next season.
Okay, 9-4. They made the playoff last year. 10-4. They're 6-5 this year. You give them 2 more.
1 to 2 more.
Okay. Because I mean, they had 4 losses last year.
All right, we need to jump over.
And 4 losses the year, which they lost that playoff
game.
Need to be
done.
All right. Anything else?
You don't have time for coaching rant. You don't.
I've
already
ranted about that. But
so we need to jump to the NFL.
We talked a little bit about the playoffs.
Anything from this week of the NFL, this last week of the NFL that really jumped out to you?
Yeah, I have a few. I'll make it quick. I think the Bears are for real.
No,
and I told you that
they're the fakest 9-3 team.
I told
8-3 team.
I told you that was a possibility.
They're fake.
But in the same
Who
breath,
have they played?
Hold on. But they're 8-3, so it doesn't matter. I think in the same breath, it doesn't matter in the NFL. You just get there.
No. You called bullshit. You
get there.
You sent me a text of the fake teams. You said the Colts were a fake team. And you said that who was the other fake guy?
But they had the Colts are a fake team. The Bears at the beginning of the year had one of the highest percentage of opponents last year. Now that don't mean everything this year pans out, but it did. I mean, it was there
so far.
It was there
so far. We still have to play the Packers and the Lions.
Look, Sean, at 8-3 or 5-3, then they've won 3 games in a row.
Look, Sean.
And they've played the Steelers, who have
11-5 Giants
have been. What's that?
Does it say 11-5 by the Giants?
Oh no! I think that was. Why did I put that up there?
I don't know why you put that.
No, it wasn't that because they're 2-7 is what that should have been. 11-5 was something else. But anyway, no, I thought that
we have been winning close games.
The Bills are interesting too. What the hell's going on with them?
That's right. The Bills dropped that
game.
The
Texans beat them, and I watched that. And we know the Texans are good on defense. Their offense is atrocious. Davis Mills wins that game. C.J. Stroud's out.
Idea.
So I watched that game, and just Josh Allen, he was my fantasy opponent this week. The guy had Josh Allen. He scored 8 points.
Yeah.
I saw that. And I don't think it's a Josh Allen thing, and there's been a lot of drama about
Sean McDermott.
Yes, Sean McDermott, Joe Brady, and it's coming to the point
it's coming to the point that Joe Brady might get.
I think if they don't get past the first round of the playoffs, I think everybody's gone, and that including the GM. I think the GM has made it worse. There's been a lot of available wide receivers in free agency. Pickens is one.
Did they just pick one up?
Somebody old. Who was it? Brandon Cooks. What's he, 75? I don't know. They hadn't picked up anybody. They lost Diggs, and Diggs might have been a cancer. I don't know. They drafted Keelan Coleman, big bust. Moved up. They traded with the Chiefs, didn't they? And the Chiefs drafted, who'd they draft? That speedy James Worthy from Texas. Is that Xavier Worthy?
James Worthy's.
That's the basketball guy. But
we're
Xavier
have to talk
Worthy.
About
but anyway. No, but I'm just I'm just saying. But what the most impressive that I want to talk about from last week's NFL, them boys wearing it right now.
Why?
Had to get that hat out and wear them boys because 2 things. I want to talk
If you
about.
say anything about Jalen Hurts, I'm going to punch you right in the face.
They beat Jalen Hurts, who's a very, and you know what's funny is they went to A.J. Brown early.
Who is
they
a
went
Super
to early,
Bowl- who's a
early,
Super
early,
Bowl winning
or
quarterback.
early. They went to him early. Yeah, Brock Purdy made one. Cool, but anyway, neither one of them was the reason. So
Joe Burrow made one, too.
and so he was the reason. You look at defensive statistically, he was the
His
reason.
wide receivers were the reason.
So, but he had to throw to him. And the second thing is give credit where credit is due. Not to Dak. George Pickens has played well. They're going to re-sign him.
Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen.
But Jerry Jones for the trade of the year, and I called it right here on this podcast that trading Micah Parsons was the right thing to do. He won that trade because he didn't have to
Actually,
pay.
both guys won that trade.
No, I don't think so. Oh, I don't think so. No.
No, because the guy that the Cowboys the Cowboys got is having a really good season.
Well, yeah, the Cowboys won. That's what I was getting ready to say. Yes, Kenny Clark. Yes.
But Micah Parsons is having a really good season as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
Look him up. Statistically, is he having a good season? He's having a okay season.
I think he's already got 10 sacks or something like that.
What, did he have him in the first 2 games and done jack shit since? Look at him statistically. He's not what he's doing. But that don't matter, Sean. This year don't matter. It's the weight of that fat-ass contract
But yeah,
that's
I get
going
the
to
contract.
that is going to just keep taking away money from Green Bay. They got Kenny Clark traded for Quinnen Williams. The Cowboys, now can actually stop the run.
He's
With
got
Micah Parsons, they wasn't.
14 tackles, 16 assists, 10 sacks.
Okay, now break it down by the game. What's he done for me lately? Just per game. Does it break it down?
Yeah, this is all per game.
Oh, there you go, right there. Yeah. So when he first got on there,
Giants was like his best game.
and 1.5 sack. He had 2. Great, he's having sacks. That's great. Cool. Yeah, they had 3 in that one.
But that's what Packers fans are really
none on
really
that one.
about.
But look at and then you got to look at the tackles. Now you turn around and look at Kenny Clark, Quinnen Williams, stopping the run. The defense has improved. There's some injuries in the back of Dallas's defense. Dak playing good. CeeDee Lamb playing like hell. Javonte Williams.
George Pickett's coming on.
Oh, yeah. And then you've got Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams.
Jonte? Oh, Jonte.
Sorry. You've got him. He's having a hell of a year because that O-line is good. Dallas is primed to make a run. They're not going to beat the Rams. The Rams are the elite team in the NFC. But anybody else...
You're going to finish this up.
Anybody else... Got to go back? Anybody else would... originally would originally just be chastising Jerry Jones. That's why I wore the hat. Thank you, Sean. Would be chastising Jerry Jones for that trade early, and some people did, and now they're coming back around to go, you know what? It's not so bad. It's not as bad as what we thought. And it wasn't. They're going to win that trade. Definitely. All right, here we go. We're going to talk. I'm going to grab Sean's little clicker here, and we're going to talk about tomorrow's games while he's gone. He's already got his picks in. He had to take a break. I was joking with the bathroom. He had to run out because we're running a little behind. But they get the 3 holiday games for tomorrow's Turkey Day NFL is some of the best I can remember. We're going to go to the Detroit Lions. Obviously, overtime win last week. They're going to play And, going back to that, before I get into that, because I kind of wanted to talk about that. Let me go back real quick to find that game. They played the Giants overtime. Now, Jahmyr Gibbs, generational, called it one of the best drafts. It's on record here that Gibbs was going to be the steal of that first round from Alabama, and he has been. Now that they've got Montgomery kind of back to second, they really tried to push him as the number 1. He's not. Montgomery is not. So now they're like, okay, Gibbs, you're back. You're going to be the guy. He's continued. 15 carries, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns. The guy is playing magnificent. What the problem with the Lions is 2 things. For one, they got their head
on the Lions.
We're getting ready to preview the Turkey Day games. But I had to step back a little bit to talk about them with the Giants. Because I said earlier that I thought the Rams were the cream of the crop of the NFC. Now, We said that early. If Stafford could stay healthy, the defense could play better, and they will be the top. And the Lions are up there too, but both coordinators left. Glenn went to Jets. Ben Johnson, who's doing a marvelous job, first place in that division for the Bears. Huh?
Don't look at me.
No, I'm looking at you. Oh yeah, did you get that? Yeah, read it later.
Oh.
Yeah, and because he's out. But anyway.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So.
Talk about a coach, ladies.
But potentially out. Anyway, we was talking about the Giants. I want to talk about that Goff is the problem here. So, let's go back.
I think they might have a little O-line problem.
Ragnow come back.
Okay.
The center that retired at the beginning of the year, he's back. Obviously, they paid him a butt ton, and he'll take off half the year and come back. But anyway.
Well, I mean, how many football players have done that? Odell Beckham Jr.
Sure.
He waits until you get to the playoffs, and then he's like, I want to be on your team.
So Green Bay.
I'm Odell Beckham Jr.
So Green Bay comes to Detroit for the classic game, and Detroit plays.
Didn't they used to have separate games for those two?
No, they don't always have to play, but it's always Detroit. See, I miss the Bears Detroit. That's kind of was a thing.
That
would have been fun this year. Old coordinator coming back.
Really would have. Well, we saw that in the second game of the season.
And was that the second? So they finish up with them must be later somewhere down.
Well, we still haven't played the Packers. I'm telling you.
You play them twice?
We have not.
Pretty close. You played them pretty close. It's kind of a weird schedule.
I think we finished the season. Hold on, let's go look at Chicago Bears, baby.
We're gonna back up because I can talk about it. First in the NFC.
Yeah. So we lost Vikings, lost Lions.
Yeah, they play the Eagles this week, which is going to be tough. Yes, almost back-to-back. Sorry.
Right, we have the Browns in the middle.
Yeah, and then they finish up at the Lions, and that's
I don't like that shit when that happens.
And that's going to be announced later because it's more than likely going to be a flex game. So, but anyway, and they're tied with Green Bay. Well, they're ahead because Green Bay's got the tie.
Right, we have a percentage point above.
When's Green Bay's bye next week?
They've already had a bye, haven't they?
Well, they got one more game. No, that's 11. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've had.
So everybody's done now. Everybody should be done. Yes. All right. Anyway, get back to the Detroit game. Detroit, Green Bay. We just kind of talked with Parsons. Parsons is going to play a factor in this game because it's going to be Rush Goff. Goff is not very mobile. I think Love has a good game. I've got them winning. I've got Green Bay with the upset 31-30. It's close. They win at the end.
I've got
Sean's got Detroit winning 30-24.
I know Josh Jacobs is he coming? Yeah, he's coming back for.
Well, they're going to have to run the ball to win, and they don't do that well. The Packers.
And did you talk about Jordan Love being a middling quarterback? Because I know that you've had a lot of love.
I have. He's had a bad year. He has had a bad year.
Love.
He has had a bad year.
And I'm not the only one that's ever brought that up, that he's a middling quarterback. It's been brought up a lot.
I'm beginning to think well, now, can I do this? Can I say that it could be his offensive coordinator, head coach is meddling?
No.
What? Why not?
No.
You need to start reading about him. You need to be looking.
LaFleur,
he's very generic.
Never talk about
I'm just
how bad that beautiful LaFleur is.
He's gonna be gone soon.
I think Kenny hates him mainly because he's so pretty.
I'm just telling you, he's very mid. He's very mid.
Right, but he gets
he's
so mid that he makes the playoffs every fucking season.
With Jordan Love, so you can't have...
No, not with Jordan Love. He did with Aaron Rodgers, too.
Oh, well, Aaron Rodgers, Hall of Famer? Okay.
Who didn't play against the Bears.
Is that who's you're going to give credit to? Is that the credit to get... I'm a head coach. I made the playoffs with a Hall of Fame quarterback. I'm the best. No, that's horseshit.
A lot of coaches do that.
And they're not the best, is my point. They're mid.
No. The only thing I watched was that America's Team. My mom started watching that, and
it's good.
It really is.
It is. You forget how fucked up that all was.
No, I don't. I know how fucked up.
No, I didn't. I remember it.
But I knew about the whorehouse that was off and the drugs.
But we were only 12, 13.
But I still knew about Jerry and Jimmy's conflict.
Oh, that was, we knew all about that because that's repetitive. It's all those small details you forgot.
Well, it was he says, I'm going to fire his ass, and his wife looks at him and says, you just won a Super Bowl. How are you going to fire his ass?
Yeah, exactly.
He goes, watch this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just kept trying to wait. I kept trying to stay up and wait for the Barry Switzer part. Did he show up?
He's on there, yeah.
Because I remember that.
Because they were like, the players like, Barry was very different than Jimmy. It was like, well, yeah. He said he was one of those guys that were like, hey, I'm going to stand out of your way. You do the right thing, you guys can do
Well, that's
this.
why he had so much
But no,
success in Oklahoma.
that's a great one. It is a great one to watch as well. So anyway, Packers-Lions, we did the picks. It's going to go either way. I think it's a rivalry. It's a division game, rivalry game. It's going to be great. All right, let's move on to them boys. Now,
I don't know why I took Cowboys over Chiefs, but I'm taking it.
me too, because they're going to win.
But I'm taking it close.
Dallas, I have them 30-27, close as well, and you've got them 20 scribbles,
I think it's
25.
27-25.
Yeah, 27-25. 5-5-1.
You can take it as a 29-25 or 27-25.
Obviously, Cowboys tied with I think it was the Packers. This was their tie.
Yeah.
And then Chiefs are 6-5.
Well, that's what it
Chiefs
was.
had a good win last week. They needed that win. But,
Chiefs had a weird win.
I think the Cowboy and another thing, Patrick Mahomes never played in Thanksgiving. There's a stat to bring with you. He's never had a Thanksgiving game. So,
That was the greatest quarterback of our generation. Never
what
had.
a game! Because if Dallas gets this, I mean, you're talking the momentum, and Dallas plays well at home. They just do. CeeDee Lamb, I think, has finally a big game. He's missed some balls. I'm just through his hands. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
there.
remember he's only been back like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, but he's just had bad misses. And Pickens has kept up the.
I've watched
slack.
a lot of wide receivers this season have bad misses.
But Lamb hasn't had Pickens. That's why Pickens' numbers are so great. I mean, you think about that now. Then you got Williams running the ball. The offense is set up great, and they improved the defense.
And they still have a lackluster running game.
I think Williams has done good.
There,
he's
not,
after this game, he's going to have 1,000 yards and
I know, but it's not like if you had Rico Dowdle or who else did they let go?
Rico Dowdle had what? 2 touches last week or something? It was weird.
Yeah, it was six touches. And he was upset. Now we've got the Bengals going into Baltimore to play the Ravens. Joe Burrow is allegedly back.
He is. Lamar's still hurt, but he's going to play.
Derrick Henry's had a terrible year, and he's 200 yards from 1,000.
Well, there you go. Vontae Williams has 896. He's got more yards than Henry, so don't say he has a bad running game. But
that's what I'm saying. Derrick Henry's had a bad year for Derrick Henry.
Sure. No, I know.
He should already be at 1,000.
Yeah, for sure. That's why Zach was trying to trade him
fast.
We
roll into the Bears versus Eagles on Friday, and you're going to watch Caleb Williams just get trashed.
That's on Prime, too. What's the early one, too?
Oh, my God, 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Black Friday.
Hey, and that's Friday.
Friday's
when we get the good college.
Yeah, but there's a lot of good
Texas that night is going to be
I don't
fun.
understand why they're competing.
No, they're playing it early. I think the good college games are late. Okay. Texas A&M is the cream of the crop.
You're looking at Saquon Barkley having a bad season.
He struggled too. The Eagles have some weird dynamics going on. I'm just the A.J. Brown stuff, the Saquon Barkley stuff, the Jalen Hurts.
Your defense is up and down.
No, it's not even that. It's just personalities.
Here's a question.
The drama.
Here's a question. Who are you going to take with the Bills Steelers?
Bills roll. I don't know what the spread.
Yes. 3.5. You think they're going to roll?
Take Bills over. Bills come back.
How many yards do you think James Cook is going to have?
7,000. Oh, shoot. I need him to tweak his ankle. I think I play him in fantasy. Just a little tweak ankle. You'll be back real fine next week.
I got him. slipping.
No, I think the Bills really roll.
Oh, we never did the Ravens.
Sorry. We'll go back to the Ravens.
Just kept rolling through.
38-17, what Sean's got. He's got him in a big blowout. I've got him a little closer because it's division, 28-24. Ravens win. Lamar plays a little better. Lamar needs to get healthy. I think he's a little down as far as health-wise. So, do what?
Nothing.
Oh. Anyway, that's all I've got football. I mean, the rest of nothing really stands out to me. We need to do our picks for our contest.
Picks for our contest.
At the bar. Panthers are a little surprising, too.
I know. I said I was going to take this Broncos Commanders.
Also, the Commanders, it looks like Terry McLaurin's going to come back this week. Hope he has a big game.
Against
the toughest defense. Exactly.
Okay, good.
I can't wait, but I'm playing him anyway. I'm just hopeful.
Can't wait for those 3 points.
Just hopeful. I'm just hopeful. Seahawks, also a big surprise. They're going to kill the Vikings. Sam Darnold was at the Seahawks or at the Vikings last year. They're at the Vikings last year. He's probably is kind of regretting that because J.J. McCartney's looked bad. looked very bad. And JSN for the Seahawks, the best statistic wide receiver this year.
Did you just say
Jackson Smith-Njigba, JSN?
Yeah, say his name. Don't
JSN.
do this.
It's just I want to make sure I pronounce it right. He doesn't go by it.
Smith-Njigba.
Yeah. Jigba.
Whatever,
Jigba,
just call
yeah.
him Jigba.
Anyway, already 80 yards, over 1,300.
Just do what I do and stroke out in the middle of his name.
1,300, 7 touchdowns. It's why
1,300?
No, 1,300 yards.
1,300.
And that's why they were able to get rid of DJ Metcalf, who has struggled because DK Metcalf because
Good God, I'm the one with the names tonight.
You always miss the last names. You might get the first ones right, but anyway.
No, it's usually sometimes it's the first names.
But no, DK Metcalf.
Because it's Drinkowitz, Dirkowitz.
We just call him Drinkwitz.
Donkwitz, and how many guys out there?
Everybody's third place coach on the list.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, that's it for me.
Yeah, that's
Happy Thanksgiving.
That's it for all of us.
Yeah,
We're trying to get a quick one. We've got chicken wings and cheese sticks.
Happy Thanksgiving. Real quick at the end, Oklahoma City pulls it out 113.
Nobody cares.
18-1. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.